Welcome to Hebrew Words in Scripture. This is Lesson 71. We're looking at the names of the apostles, and today let's look at Simon and Simon Peter. We find these names in Matthew chapter 10. In verse 2 we see Simon, who is called Peter. And in verse 4, we see Simon the Canaanite. Both of these names, Simon, appear in the Greek as 46:13. Here we see that Simon or Simeon is a transliteration of a Hebrew word, and its definition given here is Peter, a rock, and that is not the definition of Simon or Simeon. It says it's of Hebrew origin, H8095. Shin, Mem, Ein, Vav, Nun, Shimon, and it comes from and means the word herd, which comes from 8085, which is Shin, Mem, Ein, Shema, Shema, which means to hear, to listen, to obey. We've seen this word before. So Simeon means, again, to hear or to listen. Let's look first at Simon the Canaanite. My first impression was that Simon was either from the land of Canaan, which would probably mean the lowlands to the west of the Jordan River, or he could have been a resident of Cana, the town in which Jesus first started his ministry at the wedding in Cana. We see the Greek word is a transliteration of the word Canaanite, which it says by definition is zealous. It says that this word Canaanite is of Aramaic origin. The word H7067. H7067 is Kuf, Nun, Aleph, Kuna, Kana, and it means to be jealous. We see that it comes from H7065. In H7065, same spelling, Kuf, Nun, Aleph, Kana, means to envy, to be jealous, to be envious, to be zealous. And so the Hebrew meaning means to be jealous or zealous. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 15, we see the same apostle, Simon, the Canaanite. We see him described as Simon called Zelotes, Greek word G2208. 2208 is Zolates, meaning one burning with zeal, and it comes from 2207. 2207 is very similar. It means one burning with zeal, a zealot, and it comes from 2206. And 2206 means to burn with zeal, to be heated, or to boil with envy, hatred, anger. In a good sense, to be zealous in the pursuit of good. It comes from 2205, which means excitement of mind, ardor, fervor of spirit, zeal, which comes from 2204. And I think we got to the bottom of it here in 2204. It means to boil with heat, to be hot. So Simon the Canaanite, his name Canaanite describes not where he is from or the city where he was born, but a character trait that he has. He is fervor or zeal. So let's get to the bottom of our apostle Simon Peter. And in order to do this, let's first look at the meaning of the word Peter. It says rock or stone. The meaning of the word Peter comes from Petra, which means a rock, a cliff or a ledge, a projecting rock, crag, a rock, a large stone, metaphorically a man like a rock by reason of his firmness and strength of soul. We get more information in John chapter 1, verse 42. It says, and Jesus said, "Thou art Simon the son of Jonah, thou shalt be called Cephas," which is by interpretation as stone. When Simon Peter, is named by Jesus, notice that he is called Cephas. This is it's called a surname. We might refer to it as a nickname. And of course, in English, we have always said Cephas, but it's actually Cephas. G2786. We see the word G2786, Cephas. The definition is a stone. It comes from Hebrew or Aramaic H3710. Hebrew 3710 is kaf, pe or fe, kaf, a rock or hollow of a rock. Its origin is from 3721. H3721 is kaf, fe, kafaf. To bend down, to bow down. The idea of bowing oneself down. The primitive root is to curve, like the cup in the bowl of the rock. So we conclude with Simon the Canaanite, a man with fervor and zeal for the cause of Christ, and Simon Cephas, the Peter, the rock with a bent hollow in it. He's strong in convictions and willing to submit and to bend. In the case of Simon the Canaanite, the Hebrew word Cana and the Greek word zelotes both carry the same meaning of zeal or zealous, and we even have that same Greek influence in the English word in zealous. And the same happens in Simon Peter Cephas or Cephas. We see Peter is the Greek form of the word rock, and Cephas is the Hebrew form of the word rock.